Hello again, and welcome once more to the 5-Minute Movement. Yes, here I am in my pajamas, continuing with one of the things that I do in the morning to wake up my body and my connection of my body to the rest of my world. So this is part 2. You don't have to have done part 1 to engage in this today. So I'm going to start with my feet slightly wider than hip width. And now I'm sending my tailbone back and forward, back and forward, back and forward. My head is being used as counterbalance here. The movement is coming primarily from my hips and my pelvis, not through sending my head forward and back. And then I can go side to side. Oh, that's already waking up a whole bunch of things in my hips. And note that I'm not leaning forward here at this point. Again, my head is being used as counterbalance. So now that I've referenced those points, I can see if I can go forward, over to one side, back, and over to the other side. And you'll note that, again, my head is staying largely in place. So yes, it's drawing a little bit of a circle, but I'm not coming down and around like that. This way, I'm actually moving primarily from the hips and grooving the hips in the morning. And I'll try the other side. I'm also not turning my pelvis too much. So for this, just to groove the hips in a very specific way, I'm keeping myself facing pretty much forward rather than turning like this. So trying to face forward here. And now if this is comfortable for me, I might actually begin to lift one heel, the other heel, ground, ground. Send one knee forward, heel comes up, other heel comes up. And this helps me get a little bit further. But it's not necessary. But you can see that it will let me get a little bit more hip extension in the forward position. But I can get a lot of hip extension with my heels down. And trying the other way. One heel comes up, both heels come up, one heel grounds, the other heel grounds. Oh, this feels so good. All right, so now I come back to a little bit of a balance task here that involves now moving from the hips. So I'm just going to balance on one foot and lightly swing my other leg forward and back. It doesn't have to be very big. It could be, but it doesn't have to be. So just a little swing forward and back, so I'm coming into a little bit of hip flexion and a little bit of extension without really leaning too far forward and back. I can lean a little bit because I do want to see the relationship. I'm waking up my balance here, and then I'm going to switch to the other foot, just a little bit forward and back. And if I can relax, you can see that I can begin this contralateral movement. In fact, once again, I'm patterning walking. And I'm also noticing all of the work that my stable foot is doing to keep me upright. All right, so from there I'm going to go back to the first side, and now I'm going to lift the knee and kick, give a little heel kick, just a little heel kick. So now it's like I'm drawing a circle with the knee with that little flick in the front. And if this is too much, go back to the swinging that we were doing before. But you can also take it small and then just a fast kick. So now I'm trying to come up into more flexion, more hip flexion, then a little bit of a flick, then extension. And your arms can be doing anything they want. I like this chug-chug motion here, but you can find your own way. And of course the other side, so back, up, flick, back, up, flick, back, up, flick, or kick, depending on how you want to characterize it. Why the kick? Because what it does is it fully extends my knee joint and also prepares my joints for those moments when I might walk off a curb or encounter something unexpected in my environment where I do need to deal with the knee in full extension. Doesn't need to be that hard, so start a little bit more softly, but do give it a little bit of a flick. All right. So that is helping me move in a forward and back direction, but I also want to wake up my hips in a side-side direction. So now I'm simply going to step, 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 and the movement is coming from my side glute here. I can make this a little bit bigger by using my arms. So I might go step, 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 step. So now I'm waking up the awareness of how my upper body can influence my lower body. Now remember, this is the 5-minute movement. You can stop at your 5 minutes and pick this up another day. I'm going to keep going. So if I want to take that a little bit bigger, I might start with my double arm swing, and the other direction, 1, 2, 1. It's just basically going up one time and then switching directions. And once I have that, you can see that it actually has me going in this side-side motion at the hips. Now I can begin to use the movement to move my feet, as we were doing earlier, but it's going to be a little bit bigger. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. And I'm trying to relax at my shoulders and let the movement of my arms help my feet go from side to side. And then I'm going to give that a rest. The kicking that I want to do now means bringing my foot to touch kind of mid-calf and then just turning out. And you'll note that I'm letting my whole body turn here. I can bring my foot down. I don't need to have it lifted up in the air. But I'm noticing now the relationship between hip movement and the rest of my body. So the movement in this kicking hip is influencing the movement in the stable hip all the way up to the spine and shoulder. And that's interesting to me. So I'm going to try the other side. Again, kick, kick, kick. And the arms can be doing anything they want here. The main thing is becoming aware of what's going on. And you can begin to lift the foot if you like, or you can just, again, be kicking out. But it is a bit of a kick. It's not something that's too slow and controlled, because I also want to give my tendons some stimulus here. All right. So from there, now I'm just going to take that into one other movement. So I'm going to bring my knee up and across, out, and then it's like I'm going over a hurdle. So up and over a hurdle. And again, this doesn't need to be big. You can choose the size of your hurdle. So there's a shorter hurdle. Here's a taller hurdle. And then I take that in the other direction. So up and over. So I'm going from extension and coming around like I'm going over a hurdle. And it can be small to start. Let's try the other side. So and again, this is waking up both sides of my body, both in the stable leg and in the moving hip and leg. Well, both hips are moving, so what am I talking about? Because of course, both hips are involved in this movement. Then the other direction, of course. And now, just again, a little bit of more fluid movement. So I might bring my knee across and then just give my foot a little flick. Just a little flick. Knee comes across, a little flick. Knee comes across, a little flick and around. And you can make this as big as you want, but for most of us, this is plenty. For me, first thing in the morning, this is plenty. I don't need to go big in order to experience the benefit of this. And the other side, out, 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 and out. And there you have it. A nice little warm-up that gets my body moving in a forward and back way, side to side, and also bringing in a little bit more rotation from the hip. So if you combine that with part one, you have a nice little waking up, especially of the lower body, and beginning to get a little bit of warmth in my breath and in my lungs as well. So I hope that you enjoyed that, and I look forward to seeing you again soon on the 5-Minute Movement. Bye now.